Hello my little worms, I'm Dei, and welcome back to Dei Completes Arknights, the series in which I try to actually make progress in the Arknight story, one level at a time. And in the comments of the last episode that I did, someone by the name of, I'm gonna butcher this, so I'm just gonna go for it, Chianchua, hopefully that was close enough, said that I should check out the side story, The Anonymous One's War, before continuing on to 7-18. So I've decided to do that for today's video, so yay! I listen to my commenters. Sometimes. The nice ones. I listen to the nice ones. And now it's time to start the, well, it's not really a level, so story. Yeah, start the story. And I'm also holding this in place. Professionalism. Just to make it visible, I've been like holding my mouse over here the entire time. Yes, that's perfectly logical, isn't it? Of course. Push button. Buildings and a Ferris wheel. That's very spiky. So is that, but I think we've seen that background before. Vanguard operator. Huh? What happened? What am I doing here? Why am I laying here? I remember. We were infiltrating Chernobog to rescue Dr. Dei. Exclamation mark. Boss! No, the boss, Boss. Huh? What's this paper? Hold up. It's Rhodes Island Engineering Stationery. Huh. Who could have left it here? What the hell happened? Whoa, that's a lot of big words, and they're all over the place. Operator whose name I do not know, hide yourself well. I had no opportunity to check your nameplate, nor do I remember your name. Please pardon the hastily scrawled nature of this message, as I am wanting for time. Do me the favor of reading to the end. First, do not fret. You are safe, for the moment. However, you must not, under any circumstances, leave these ruins. The probability of the enemy spotting you before nightfall is quite high. To put it simply, you are at present completely surrounded by the enemy. This isn't the boss's handwriting. Did it even come from Rhodes Island? They sure wrote a lot. Why didn't they just wake me up and tell me? You came. Huh? A voice? Is it reunion? Shit! No, wait. It sounds familiar. It's that guy from the clinic. Helliger. You have managed to completely paralyze Chernobog. I'm not sure whether I should be congratulating you. -- We have both contracted oropathy. It truly is you. I thought it was just rumors. It's been years, Bosrokasti. Always hate that name. Or is it Patriot now? Yes, please, use that one. Much easier for me to actually pronounce. So, you remember me. General Kenobi. Were it not for you charging so boldly into the fortress of that shield of yours, Barclay, Semyon, and I would have surely died at the hands of Kazmaraz Silverland's Pegasus Order of Knighthood. I don't know who any of these individuals that were mentioned there are, but yes, just not long. My warriors are brave. Do not fear sacrifice. Your manner of speech is quite different now than it was years ago. I once witnessed you rousing the troops with your rhetoric, driving even Barclay the Bold Butcher to cheer your name. No easy feat. Who is Barclay the Bold Butcher? Is he bald? The infection changed my vocal cords. Now it is difficult for me to speak fluently. Ridiculous. -- as is this identity you have constructed. Oh? So, the Northern Tundra Guerrillas. That was you leading them. I never would have imagined you could be running around with dozens of Wendigos. That cavalry commander, Alyosha Bluebeard, he made a bet with me that you would become Grand Marshal of the Ursus Army. Just Staff Captain, General. Times have changed. I was jesting, but your loyalty, your record, and the plans you would devise in our staff meetings, you truly were one of the finest officers in all of Ursus. You go too far. I am Sarkaz, after all. If someone like you couldn't become colonel, the entire Ursus High Command should have been court-martialed. Of course, most of them are long dead. Then I have outlasted them. Your colleagues are mostly dead. And His Majesty said, the army serves the country, not their careers. He also once said it is not blood that binds the Ursus people together, but conviction. What of that now? I can only hope His Majesty is ready to rest in peace. All our recent emperors have seen you as nothing more than monsters. You are not Ursus warriors to them. They have done everything they can to oppress your people. That one, more enlightened emperor has already passed. This I understand. The war beasts of Ursus could drown the world with their number. I am not special. Then it is not because of the army that you left. Correct. I do not care. I want only to stand shoulder to shoulder with my warriors. ... General, sit. Drink with me. I have some from the north. Time grows short. Let us save it for next time. Oh, very well. No matter. Fade to black. Go to 4th Street. Find survivors. Do not threaten them. Minimize casualties. Look for supplies. Our stocks are low, as always. Yes, sir. I feared you dead. Life underground is a sort of death. Who I am today has little to do with who I was. You hide here? Less than ideal. Chernobog has long been uninhabitable. The catastrophe makes little difference to that effect. Seems you must leave. The clinic has been extensively looted. We evacuated beforehand, but the loss is still substantial. It was only after I heard the rumors of your presence that I decided to stay here and see for myself. I do not deserve such attention. It is dangerous here. I wanted only to see how one of my few remaining brothers has weathered the years. You did not. Those ties broke long ago. I will find out who did it. Your clinic. That was an aberration. There is no need. At least with you here, it is very unlikely that Reunion is responsible. I cannot be sure. Reunion can be hard to control. There are some communication barriers. Still, General, you could join Reunion. If Ursus was to be liberated, then the infected and the others could live as equals. ... Look here. Look around us. Look at this building impaled by Arignium. I see it. This was once a shopping mall. All the people in a 3-block radius depended on this building for their very survival. The catastrophe destroyed Chernobog, destroyed the fortress, destroyed the city. I do not agree with the methods, but this was necessary. We had no choice. It was not long ago that the clock tower was done up in colourful lights. Another dazzling array hung over the intersection below, bathing it in a warm glow. The infected had no right to enjoy those lights. You want to make the lights glow again, and I simply want to build another market. This is the difference between us. There was a time when you would not compromise like this. Perhaps. There may not be such a bright future at Rhodes Island, but I cannot say I feel much for this place either. You simply do not wish to fight your motherland, General. Look at this city. Look at the infected. Look at the mall, ruined by Arignium. Look at the dead. And you have never been afraid to get your hands dirty. Correct. Should Ursus move violently against us, we will not hesitate to fight back. But Reunion's actions are rather outside my idea of fighting back. Look at this broken city beneath our feet. Reunion is provoking a war! And how many people would die in such a war? How many Ursus lives would a civil war cost? Imagine it. The Ursus devouring itself, massacring itself, obliterating itself. General. .. I don't know how to read those ones. What if the Ursus treated the infected as Ursus? Then there would be no war. Excuse me. What? Reporting in. The leadership has made a statement. Chernobog is now completely under our control. We are broadcasting on all frequencies. The leadership has asked for a situation report from each division. Right, I'll take care of it. Sorry, General. Wait a minute. Bye, Patriot. ... Does Reunion truly understand what they are doing? ... How am I supposed to answer you, old man? Or were you not really asking? I guess all I can say is, we're following the commander. No matter what the commander does, we're behind him. If it's right, he'll do it. If it's wrong, he'll change. We believe in Tallulah, and we believe in the commander. We fight for the infected. Got it? ... Yes. And so he returns. General. Reunion has won a great victory, and yet I do not detect any joy in your voice. Should I be happy? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Patriot, you're not clapping. Oh yeah, that's probably the point. If the Ursus will it, any city will be flattened. Such an outcome is most challenging. This battle, it confuses me. The Ursus response. The war has already begun. There is no turning back now. Perhaps I have been foolish. However, if I do nothing, the chains of the infected will grow heavier. Should we lose our conception of the struggle, we move towards annihilation. So you do not, so you do, yes, so you do understand the situation. You do know what you have done. Yes, we are fighting for our lives. Then I have no further questions. I have a couple. Is that thing in your head, is that like a mask, or is it your face? I genuinely don't know whenever I look at you, Patriot. Reporting in, another report. We are 12 minutes into this video and I've been recording for well over an hour. I keep getting interrupted by cars and trucks and motorcycles and phone calls. So much random background noise. I should probably just start ignoring them at this point, or this video is going to take hours. Sub-City, Sector 3, damage report. I didn't realize that was Patriot speaking there, so I didn't do the voice that I've been doing, but screw it, who needs it? Yes, sir. Spare me the details. Save the civilians. It is dangerous. Protect yourselves. Don't be heroes. Bring a caster. Use drones to scout. That's what they're for. Understood. Right. Left. Where is it you plan to go? Rhodes Island. Ah. Question mark, exclamation mark. Do we really need a reaction shot from you there? Ah, I see. Rhodes Island. But Reunion has just attacked Rhodes Island. Oh. It's like, that's a fair point. Why, you, Amir and Doberman, I hope they're okay. What should I do? What can I do right now? I don't know. What can you do right now? If they move into Chernobog at a time like this, everyone will view Rhodes Island as an enemy. Oh man. Why would they do this? Unclear. But there is nothing I can do to stop the conflict. We just had a warrior fighting alone, a Sarkaz mercenary. And the one from Rhodes Island was also Sarkaz. The same sort of misery. There is no difference between them and Reunion. The masses, fooled by the Ursus, but to us we are compatriots. Is that what you call patriot? Huh? A Sarkaz from Rhodes Island? Who is that? Who are we referring to? But a mercenary fights for fighting's sake. Rhodes Island's warrior has a reason to fight. He lost, but he shot dead many elite troops. The new mercenary captain was at a loss. And the enemy he led away from the ruins. Aha. Question mark, exclamation mark. So many reaction shots from him. We wanted to hide something. He did. In the ashes was this thing. Please return it to them. A true warrior with no name. I will. A Sarkaz? Don't tell me that was Scout protecting me. Probably, could have been. I don't know. I don't know exactly what we're referring to, but maybe it was Scout. That seems quite possible. A true warrior. Yes, you have said as much before. Go on. 30-something years ago, you wanted to have a test of sorts with me. Now, no longer. My armor, you could not pierce it. It would be unfair. This armor is well past its prime, a far cry from the days when the army performed regular maintenance on it. My armor is Ursus. I am a traitor to the Empire. It will deteriorate more and more. And that is why you bear the name you do. When the Empire has done wrong, you stand up to her. I cannot say, General. I did not choose this name. Patriot. Is war with Ursus the correct course of action? Naturally, our war is righteous, if not the countless sacrifices were in vain. General, we both know the true solution. Dash dash. But they must not die in vain. Their deaths must have meaning. Maybe they will. But you have already risen up against Ursus. What I oppose is the Empire, not the land, not the people, not Ursus itself. If the Minister of Medicine did this, he is our enemy. If a conspiracy of the legislature, we overthrow the legislature. If the army fabricated resistance, we destroy the army. Tallulah's goals are broad, far-reaching. Mine are localized and specific. The past wars of Ursus were just. Now the war of the infected is just. I fight for justice. Justice forever belongs to Ursus. Reporting in, we have arrested some Reunion operatives who engaged in undisciplined behavior during the uprising. Here are their names. There were no operatives from teams 2, 3, or 6 among the primary instigators. These are but a small part. Well, I'm afraid this was a difficult investigation. Many of our comrades despise the Chernobygians. I've never heard that term for people who live in Chernobyl, but sure, apparently that's what they're called. They're hesitant to inform on each other. This undisciplined behavior, they laid hands on civilians. ... Didn't they deserve it, after how cruel and uncaring they were? Were it not for them, how many more infected would have made it? Please, Commander. They laid hands on civilians. ... Listen. Hang them. The instigators. Have my men do it. Tell them. Mephisto, Crown Slayer. Yes, sir. The rest. Demerits. Demerits, sir? One more infraction. Death. All of this inform the leadership. Right. Yes, sir. Hate has grown too deep. If we don't fight, hate overwhelms. It will blind Ursus. I never imagined Reunion was so disorganized. And when you always had such high expectations for discipline. Higher than most Ursus. Most of them are not soldiers. They have no training. They must be taught. In discipline, we have strength. As your conflict continues to intensify, neither side will be able to sue for peace. Perhaps you are right. This is the awakening Ursus needs. General, you could help us. I am afraid not, Patriot. I will never again step into a war. Indeed, this is a war. You do not wish to fight. This I know. Ursus no longer has anything for me. Time has run its course. I no longer feel for the country that I want. I no longer feel for the country what I once did. There we go. Forgive me. The man who stands before you is nothing but a spineless coward. No, you are not. Would that my son had lived, I would not have walked this path. I understand you. What? He was a great man. I'm sorry. I apologize, General. You did nothing. I am damned. Oh, yes. The knife in your hand. Yes. You adopted the daughter of the enemy commander. My daughter is older. When next we meet, I will bring her. Ha. I hope they get along. We have wounded. Get their blood types. Don't mix up the infected and uninfected. Quickly! You can give uninfected blood to the infected. Who's the next of kin? Forget it. Just get to safety. Brit, move it! Tallulah's attack on Rhodes Island. This misunderstanding will be hard to clear up. I do not wish to fight you if this cannot be solved. This may be beyond what we can solve ourselves. General, it saddens me that we cannot once again fight side by side. Listen to me, Patriot. I alone have never been able to decide the fate of Ursus. Countless generals before me have sought to become masters of the Empire's destiny, and to a man they all died miserable failures. Just as the many emperors have escaped the wrath of history, The Empire has weathered its crisis and enjoyed its golden ages. The sorcerers can divine the Empire's future. The ministers can plan the outcomes of campaigns. Courtiers can study the shifting catastrophes. I have never participated in any political machinations. Not in the legislature, not in the army, never. They always embarrassed me with their confidence. Everyone who thought his victory certain saw his dream shattered. Everyone who thought his survival assured is now dead.
Mama, what are we going to eat tonight? Potatoes again? I don't want to eat boiled potatoes again. Huh? You have to go fight? Mama, you don't have to fight. Uncle, does Mama have to go with you again? I want her to stay. I don't want Mama to go. Uncle, please make Mama stay. When Daddy went with you, he never came back. I don't want to be alone again, Uncle.
I don't know who that was, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them a different voice. Win or lose, a war is a war. And where we go, ruin follows. Only ruin. We are but pawns on the chessboards of war, and who cares for the pawns? Who cares to even know their names? I care. I want all your names. The ones that don't have names kind of annoy me, because I'm like, I don't know how to differentiate the people from each other. You are correct. I am correct. War doesn't care who is correct. Yet you persist. I persist. For what? Patriot of Reunion, I ask you, no matter what meaning your war may hold, after however many years this Ursus campaign takes, when you have filled mass graves in a dozen cities, will their lives have meant anything? Will anyone remember their names? Names mean nothing. Warriors don't think of these things. You call them warriors. Sometimes these nameless people cannot articulate their reasons for joining in battle. Now they have no chance to do so. I have grown tired of such things. I now wish only to protect those around me, at least this small thing is within my power. To Ursus, to the infected, this is all I can say. I can't blame you, General. You don't need to face death again. Oripathy will kill me, sooner or later. I am a warrior. I want my death to have meaning. I am glad you have a reason to keep fighting. I truly hope you will find happiness. General, listen. I'm here? You don't fear death. If you did, you would be at Rhodes Island. You stay. You listen. You don't fear catastrophe. You want to know Reunion's goal. In fact, I want to know what you plan for the infected of Ursus. Then I will tell you. You are tired of fighting. I fight for you. The rights of the infected. You and your children. I fight to free you all. You are tired of fighting. Good. Wallow in disgust. To end war is also good. My days are numbered. I will fight to the end. ... You truly are an Ursus. And this truly is a tragic war. It may come to pass that I never again set foot on Ursus soil. Listen well, Bodrockety. Again, with that name, every time. You shall not be my enemy. Ever. Dash, 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 dash. Why is it 4 dashes? Usually 2 dashes. I do not regret that I never served under you. General, you shall not be my enemy either. Dash, dash. It's late, General. My men will get you out of the city easily. I would not want to cause problems for you with your leadership. You won't, General. She does not care. Splendid. Then I accept. Dash dash. General. I hope, I pray that you find yourself a true home for yourself. ... Scout, why did you do this for me? I'm garbage. Why did you think I'm worth saving? What am I even doing? I just got a bunch of great intel off Reunion, but who am I supposed to give it to? Maybe we got them all wrong. I guess if we could clear up this misunderstanding, maybe we wouldn't have to. Oh, right, this paper. Were there any orders written on it? I can do it, Scout. Anything you tell me to do. I won't let the boss down. Flashback. I have a humble request, if I might be so bold. as recompense. I'm trying to remember how to say that word because I've not said it ever, really. So many words that I've heard so many times, but never actually said myself. Arknights, you're trying to improve my vocabulary, aren't you? I took the liberty of treating your wounds. You are, for the time being, out of mortal danger. So I ask that you entertain my frivolous trifles. My objective for this operation is to rescue the Doctor. Amia is quite insistent on this matter. She cannot be swayed otherwise. Ace and Amia are of one mind. They firmly believe that only by rescuing the Doctor can Rhodes Island break this deadlock. Assuming the good Doctor retains the same mental faculties as before, Rhodes Island might well be looking at a golden age. Sorry about that, yeah, definitely. Not much thoughts in this head. But weak as I am uncertain. I am not certain I have the fortitude to undertake such a golden age. What does that mean? Over the past 3 years, I have suffered many losses and bid farewell to those like unto my own flesh and blood. I always believed that as long as one of us lived on, we could someday be reunited. In this spirit, I have served Rhodes Island. But having lost so much, now I see that even a perpetual pessimist like misery seeks to bring back the Doctor. He believes with every fibre of his being that we are destined for a future of endless victories, that we shall put death and loss behind us. I do not share this belief. It is not that I doubt the Doctor's skill. The Doctor can indeed tip the scales. Without the Doctor, Kazdal would be dust in the wind. In fact, it was the Doctor who taught me what it means to fight. And yet, with the Doctor commanding us, looking into the Doctor's eyes, one sees only victory. Nothing but victory. I see nothing save victory. Nothing else in those eyes. And so I am left thinking, the truth that Calcit is so unwilling to reveal, does it have to do with the Doctor? In these 3 years, why must we draw more and more crosses onto the photos of our friends? Why do these sacrifices grow more and more frequent? Why do we fight without understanding the fundamental goals of our organization? I dare not speculate. I cannot speculate. If the Doctor must be forged in the crucible of war, then we force this professor to transform from an educator and a researcher into a war machine. And as such, it would be a truly grave mistake for us to ask Dr. Dei to march into battle. The Doctor should not command even one more battle, for Rhodes Island's sake, and for the Doctor's own sake. Forgive my naivety. I recognize that my ideas are rather juvenile, and have therefore thus far been unwilling to disclose them. I can only imagine how the others would laugh at me. I do not like being laughed at, and I had planned to carry these thoughts with me to my grave. But then it came to this, and I found the hope that someone might join me in taking up this idea. I want the Doctor to begin anew. If the Doctor could live without any connection to Rhodes Island, if the Doctor could stand again, having no memory of these preceding events, if the Doctor could avoid walking once more the path of war, then all would be well. I bear only this unrealistic hope. Forgive my verbosity. If you have no interest, then simply forget these words altogether. Right. There are 3 things you may not forget. First, say to Dr. Dei the following. I will never forget fighting side by side with you, Doctor. Second, my squad. -- Slink, Pater, Scorpion, Leafa, Milim, Tipsy, Slana, Mimi, Mary, Thumbtack, Mudflower, and Macron. My squad, 12 of them. They broke through the enemy lines and held off their reinforcements. Were it not for them, I would never have been able to neutralize their mercenary commander. However, we lost all 12 of these exemplary operators in the course of their duties. I beg you, bear witness to their actions. Should one ask, you must tell them for me. While no one will remember the names of my squadmates, they must remember that they died with honor. They did not shrink in the face of death. Of course, I know many have given their lives in service of the project that is Rhodes Island. No one's death is unique. We do not fight for any one individual life. To do so would dishonor their deaths. Tell the one who asks, they gave their lives for what they believed in. Finally, you must go on living for yourself, my Rhodes Island brother whose name I do not know. I have said so much to you. Not that you should go off and die. Life is precious. You must live to pursue that bright future. That is all, my brother. Treasure your life. Why? The Doctor. Rhode Island. Warrior! Exclamation mark. You can hear my voice. You have a chance to escape. Wait until nightfall. Head south. Avoid the light. You have one chance. Tonight. Or there are many in Chernobog who need help. You can see them. The choice is yours. ... Boss. Scout. Our brothers. I'll do it. Well, that was certainly a very interesting bit of story there. I feel like I've learned a lot more about Patriot. Am I gonna keep up that voice in future? I don't know. If I remember to, maybe I will. Yeah, it was just like I randomly came up with the thing when I was like, oh, there's something wrong with like his vocals, and I'm like, oh, okay, if he's not speaking properly, I guess I should give him like a specific voice. So then I was like, okay, so I'll give like a yes, like the split with that that I put at the end of some of like the words. I didn't keep it entirely consistent, but yes, I was just, I kind of liked it, and it was kind of fun to do. But I always kind of sometimes regret doing a voice like that, because then I'll get a situation where I have to do the voice over and over again for just so much reading, and it's just like, oh no, I shouldn't have done this. I made a mistake. Looking back at Frost Nova. Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, and why not subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Ring the notification bell, it does something, and I still don't know what. And I'll be seeing you guys in 7-18, which is going to be in a couple days. That's because I'm doing 2 in 1 week. Woo! Why not? So for now, goodbye everybody, and roll the outro.
I gave that bastard what he deserved. A funeral. Fit for a king.